Hey everyone, Kevin Richards here with another weekly live to YouTube video upload. Today's video is going to be on um, some questions that I get asked a lot here by comments, people viewing my channel here on YouTube. And that's about singing relaxed. You have to understand a big misconception a lot of singers have is that singing should feel completely relaxed. Singing takes effort. It takes a certain amount of effort. And the more sort of intense you want to sing, the more effort it's going to take. But there's also a fine line of doing too much effort. Too much effort leads to strain and constriction. Not enough effort leads to a kind of very weak and wimpy sound. You have to find the balance between feeling not strained or constricted, but also not feeling completely relaxed and making a wimpy sound. Singing by its very nature is more intense than speech. Even speech takes a certain amount of effort. We're not really aware of it because we do it all the time. So we're kind of used to the feeling in our bodies of how much effort it takes to speak. And sometimes when we go to sing, we think it should feel like speech. No, it should feel a bit more effort. You got to give it some more effort, especially if you want to create big and powerful sounds. That takes effort from the body. Now, when I talk about balance, I talk about how much you utilize the body and how much you're relaxing here. And when I say relaxing here, I don't mean completely relaxed, like you're just breathing in and out, or just talking gently. Relax means there's a certain amount of tension or focus here within the vocal tract from the vocal cords on up. Uh, but it's not strained or constricted or squeezed. A good example of this is in a couple other videos I talk about the pharyngeal sound or twang. And people say, when they try to do it, they start to strain. And twang or pharyngeal takes a very balanced amount of effort. If you do too much, you start bringing in the outer muscles here and the internal muscles around the larynx, and everything starts to squeeze. If you do too little, you just have basically a choir boy, hooty kind of kind of sound. If I do too much pharyngeal, it sounds squeezed and tense. It's just a little. Everything in voice, in applying certain techniques to your voice, are nudges. Nothing is stomped on. Nothing is pushed or shoved. It's all little nudges. It's very fine tuning, very precise, because you're working within a space of this much. Your vocal cords are roughly about an inch long. Females slightly longer, men's short and stubby, about an inch long. So if someone say has a 6 octave voice, all of those notes in that 6 octaves are occurring within that 1 inch of space. So moving, even say an octave, to us, to the ear, it sounds like a big leap in sound. To the vocal cords, it's fractions of an inch. So it's almost infinitesimal. It's almost non insignificant to the vocal cords. So thinking you kind of have to do a lot to make things happen in the voice leads to nothing but constriction and strain. It's very fine. It's very balanced. It's fine tuning. Um, effort takes most of the effort from singing takes the body from here down, from here to the waistline, basically, is more of what needs to be involved, focused, and sort of, um, if you want to say tense or tension, in terms of the pressurized, the body. Up here has a certain amount of tension and pressure, but it's not as much. It's more than speech, but it's not as much as shouting. So it's kind of in between. And that's what takes a little time to learn how to sing properly, is finding that proper balance between wimpy phonations and shouting and straining. Because it's a very, very fine-tuned thing. It's like fine-tuning a Ferrari or just a car. I mean, it takes a little bit of tweaking here and there to get the car to sound and run just right. Otherwise, it sounds too hyper, too revved, or it sputters and spurts. It's very precision. That's why you take your cars to mechanics, because they know how to do the kind of precise little tweaking of the engine to get it to work right. And that's why you go to vocal teachers, buy vocal courses, take lessons online, or go in person to help you fine-tune and tweak your voice. Nothing happens overnight. Your body and your brain learn exactly the same way. Just as it took you a couple of years to learn how to walk, it's going to take you some time to learn how to use your voice correctly. If you play an instrument, you know that you didn't just suddenly pick up the instrument and played it perfectly. You kind of struggled for a while, a good year, until you kind of got the feel of the instrument and the feel of your body using the instrument correctly. It takes time, so let it take time. Nothing happens overnight. All the best voices, all the voices that singers that you admire are years in the making. Also, don't think that because you're either really young or you're old, that you're too young or too old to start singing correctly. You're never too old. I've had students come to me that are as young as 12, 10, and I've had students come to me that are 65 and 70, and all the ages in between. It doesn't matter. Whenever you want to learn how to do it, learn how to do it. Just go out and just make sure you go out and do it. Willing is not enough. You must do. Till next time, this is Kevin Richards from RockTheStageNYC.com. Thanks for watching.